Okay, before I get into this article, I just want to say that free men do not ask government for permission for anything, including for permission to own a firearm. This from the Daily Mail. Jealous husband storms New York City salon and stabs his wife to death before clutching her lifeless body in front of horrified staff. A husband allegedly stabbed his wife to death and then laid down and embraced her lifeless body at a Queens salon where she worked. The woman, 35, who was identified as Iris Rodriguez, was working inside the Two Stilo Salon and Spa on 37th Avenue in Jackson Heights, Queens, at about 7 p.m. on Wednesday when her husband attacked her. She was reportedly stabbed multiple times in the chest as her stunned co-workers looked on in horror. Now think about this. You're a coworker, you work with this woman, this guy comes in, you probably don't even know who it is, or maybe you do, but it doesn't matter. He pulls out a knife and he advances toward her. If you were trained in the use of a firearm and you had your firearm on you, say you were concealing because you're concerned not only about your life and getting home to your family members when you get done working, but also you care about people that you work with and anybody who happens to be in your zone of influence at the time of a potential attack, you are prepared. You're trained in the use of that firearm, you have training behind you, and you're ready for anything that may go down. This is absolutely empowering. And this empowerment is something that government doesn't want for individuals. It says footage obtained by the Daily News showed her attacker lying on top of her as he can be heard whispering to her and crying while onlookers scream in the background. Nobody's doing anything good for this woman right here. Nobody is taking an offensive posture, not even a defensive posture. They're just looking on in horror as, can you even imagine somebody stabbing another person in the chest in front of you and you being so petrified, so terrified that you don't do anything to help this woman? A firearm is something that you can add to this equation that would completely change the situation, maybe even save this person's life and the lives of anybody else this guy might be trying to advance toward. Remember, free men don't ask for permission from the government for anything, including permission for possession of a firearm. Now, this happened in Queens, and so what is the gun law in New York? Watch how ridiculous this is, guys, and keep in mind the Second Amendment. This is the Second Amendment for the United States, for America, for Americans. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So how hard is it to get a gun in New York City? Before purchasing a gun, the buyer needs to have a handgun license or rifle/shotgun permit. The two are separate and one cannot work for another. Fingerprints will be taken separately for both. The license division provides a 17-page document that contains the application form to get a handgun license and a 13-page application for a rifle or shotgun permit. This is different from many other states in the country where people do not need a license to buy a gun. This is how hard it is in New York. But check this out. There's more. But wait, there's more. What are the requirements for a license and how much does it cost? For both handguns and a rifle or shotgun, a license application requires 2 photographs, proof of residence, an original Social Security card, and the applicant's New York State driver's license. Often, other documents are asked for, such as a New York State income tax return or a current utilities bill. If you were ever arrested, you have to indicate that and show all the paperwork pertinent to it. This is a requirement even if the charges against you were dismissed. If you have an order of protection against you or you have had one issued against someone else, you need to show the records and details about that too. If you need a handgun, shotgun, or rifle because of your job, you need to indicate that too through a letter of necessity from your employer. Along with all of this, you also have to pay $340 with the application for the handgun, $140 for a rifle, plus $90 for fingerprints in both cases. You want a gun in New York? You're going to have to jump through some major infringement hoops. Remember, free men do not ask permission from the government for anything, including the right of the people to keep and bear arms, which shall not be infringed. New York is an infringement state. And all these hoops and loops that people have to jump through just so they can attain the right that they already have, all these infringements they have to get through, is ridiculous and deters the average person from owning a life-saving tool that could not only save their lives, but the lives of anybody in their zone of influence. Stories like this don't have to happen. People don't have to be victims. You can empower yourself through training and the personal use of a firearm. This should absolutely enrage every single American. In this kind of situation, the government's not going to help you. Cops aren't going to help you. Other people crouching down in fear as the horror goes on are not going to help you. You want to be safe? You need to empower yourself. Leave your thoughts about this for the world, the Google Thought Police, and everybody who thinks it's okay to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms in the comments section below. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.